today. But let's keep this ball rolling. We got Invader Zim. Any fans out there? Yes, awesome. I see that. Somebody left a nice placeholder. Love it. Okay, so we're just about to get started. We're gonna talk about the awesomeness that is Invader Zim and how it just keeps coming back, right? I mean, we love it. So today we got the voice of my personal favorite character, girl. We got Rikki Simmons in the house. Welcome, welcome. Let's give it up. And we also got Melissa Fahn. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? Go ahead, take a seat. Whichever one you want. There you go. Whichever. There you go. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, sure. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us here on stage. How's the show been so far for you guys?
It's very nice. Thank you very much.
It's been great. Such wonderful fans.
Exactly.
And so many wonderful people. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'd just like to point out the nice, little decor right there in the front row.
Yes.
And also some awesome people, clad very appropriately back there.
Oh, yes.
So,
I love it.
awesome.
Richard's not here yet because he's busy being mauled by a bear.
Actually, Richard just likes to make an entrance.
Yeah.
So when
He'll actually explode from the ceiling.
But when he comes, I want you guys to do this. Will you do it?
His favorite thing is if you pretend you don't see him.
There you go. Everybody
He
took note.
really loves to be booed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true, yeah.
Let's
It's
just
just,
go with that.
To each his own, right? That's what he wants. So when you were working on the show, this show has some amazing dialogue, right? Let's just get right into it. I'd like to know how much was that on the page, and how much was that? Oh, come on, man! Oh, okay. Can somebody? Okay. Nope.
Are you ready? Are you ready? You ready?
Oh boy.
No, I guess you have to leave.
Okay, now do it again. Yay! Thank you.
Okay, is he gonna try to? Oh, I thought he was gonna
He's
try to
gonna get
brush
my
from behind. And all right, so we are gonna hit the reset button right here. So welcome everybody to the. No, I'm just kidding. So welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Here's Tavisha, that's Ricky's wife.
Hi, Tavisha.
Everybody say hi.
Hi.
We've been married for
Tavisha,
30 years.
For 30 years.
Nice, congrats.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
3 of them really happy. And not consecutive.
Oh,
You gotta spread out the happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
you don't want it all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to blow out.
Very smart, very smart.
I
So,
hurt when I fell off the stage just now.
yeah, I saw it.
Pretty
Do
good.
that again.
It does look like I planned it.
Yes.
It looks like a bit. Can you take me to the doctor?
Let's finish the panel first, then ER.
Sounds good.
Okay, yeah.
ER.
And the
It's
ER.
good. It's good.
So I was just asking him, some amazing dialogues in the show, and I kind of want to know how much of that was in front of you on the page, and how much did it actually come from y'all?
99% of it was on the page.
Okay.
And 1% that wasn't usually happened in ADR.
Okay.
So like when we get the show back,
Right.
there'd be like blank spaces in the back and like that one line, my squealy spooch. Joni came up with that like during the ADR session when he said,
Wow.
over here,
Yeah.
over here, over here.
That's genius.
Yeah, it was all on the page except I couldn't read, so I'm like,
It was all on the page and it was brilliantly written. But I think, the camaraderie between all of us and the chemistry. But
Yes,
then we
absolutely.
created such a family that it was easy to make it feel natural.
That's awesome.
You make me feel like a natural Zim.
What did you say? Whoa,
Nice.
Zim.
nobody knows that.
You know what knows that?
Richard was originally a hand model when he was a child. He had lovely hands.
Had.
Very nice.
Sure.
So do you think that sort of great level of writing has contributed to
Okay.
some
Yeah,
Invader
sure.
Zim quotes being
London
very,
Young, right?
very relevant
Okay.
today in social media? I mean, I don't know if you guys seen it, but TikTok is littered with, quotes from Invader Zim. So,
A dump? It's like a Zim dump over there?
yeah, got some excitement happening, but I think we're good.
So TikTok is a Zim dump. That's what you're saying.
So what's the question? Does Zim like?
So do you think that, because you guys had such great writers and you guys pulled out some great lines, you think that's why they've lasted so long and they keep, becoming relevant?
Well, I mean, I feel like the whole show, I think it was iconic before its time. And now it truly is iconic.
Absolutely.
Now it's of its time.
Now it's of its time.
Of its time.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
The times have finally caught up with how stupid our show was.
So we're
If
glad.
only we had wrestling.
What?
If only we had a wrestling match.
Yeah, right?
Somewhere here.
Somewhere, I mean, I don't know. If you look around,
Yeah.
maybe.
Oh, there's a match.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
How did I know that?
Richard's
was-
gonna take you on later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right after this, just
Yes. Right there.
There you go.
At the flagpole. After school.
That's awesome.
By the
Your
dumpster.
glasses.
He's ready. Yeah. So I want to ask each one of you which quote do fans quote you the most when you're at these type of conventions?
What they come up and say to us is our quotes.
Right.
I get a lot of, who are you? Who are you? What? What?
Hey, the baby there.
He did.
I get like, I'm trying to draw a little piggy. Can't you see I'm trying to draw a little piggy?
That's perfect. That's so awesome. Excuse me. So when you were doing the show, right? Did you think it was gonna have the sort of the legs that it's had? Sort of like the lasting power. We got a movie, and things like that. Or when they said, you know what, there's no more episodes. You think, okay, that's it, done deal, never again.
I don't know that we had any concept of its longevity. We just
Right.
knew that while we were working on it, we were having a good time. We were making each other laugh. We were having a lot of fun in the booth. If something came up and made us laugh, we could laugh for a long time. They get in trouble for taking up too many hours of the recording studio. But I think that when you cancel something prematurely, it's like telling a kid, you are not to do this, and of course they're going to do it, right? So that's what happened with our show.
Right. That makes perfect sense.
I was also a background painter on the show, so I had an office there. And so sometimes I would get a script. I would get the script as a background painter. I would get the script before we did the voiceover a lot of times. So I would read the script, and then I would pack all my stuff in my office. There's no way we're gonna have a job after this.
I think like what Richard said is really true, because when you're there and you're in the studio, you're really in the moment, and
Right.
you're in the moment of creating it, and we knew we were doing something really different
You're
and
gonna say wrong.
really wrong. It was really wrong too,
If it's wrong, I don't want to be right.
right? Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
But yeah, so who knew?
Exactly.
Who knew?
Yes.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew?
So were you surprised when the movie comes around and
We said it's about time.
exactly.
There-
Many of us said the same thing, I think.
There had been a lot of like start and stop ideas
Sure.
through the years of this possibly happening, and then it wouldn't happen, or we'd get excited, and then
Right.
we finally gave up thinking about it. And Ricky and I had been on the road for probably 10 or 12 years after the show, and Ricky came up to me one day and he goes, so, talk to Jonan? Like, no. He goes, oh, okay, never mind. Like, what? He goes, nothing.
Well,
nothing.
He wouldn't let me tell you because he was negotiating for 2 years. So he would call me at night, like at 3 a.m. and go, anyways, I was gonna do it, but I don't want you now because they made me mad, blah, blah, blah. So he wouldn't let me tell Richard or Melissa that they were negotiating a movie because he was like, oh, you'll just disappoint them if it doesn't happen. So I'm like, but you're disappointing me. I know.
But then he called me finally and he said, so I was driving in my car on a very long trip and I got this idea. And he proceeds to tell me the entire story of Horvitz. And when he did that, I knew it would happen because when he is excited about something, he usually follows through.
Nice.
He usually follows through. And I knew that he had the idea. And then we did it. It took us, a good 4 years from the time I heard about it to actually get it out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was great to be back together again.
Yeah, it was.
We laughed and laughed.
Oh, I bet.
We all lost our voices, remember?
yes.
We laughed so
Yes.
hard that we lost our voices.
That's one of my favorite lines from the movie that Ricky always reminds me of is because I forgot about this, but the scene where Zim and Dib are running over the planets at the end, as written, it was just like, you're ugly when you lie, Dib! and then Dib was just supposed to say, I'm not lying! And that was the end of it. But then I just said, then why are you ugly? And I forgot that, but we all laughed in the booth at the time.
And then they got added in.
And they made it in.
That's awesome.
Ricky had to remind me of that. Ricky has to keep me young.
Right.
Yeah.
What, Ricky? Yes.
Ricky!
Yeah.
Why did you make on the lawn again?
I've installed several computer chips under his hat.
Yes!
It's helping him remember better.
Yes! Good! Why was there bacon in the sauce?
He has a rat under there now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Yeah, they're going at it. So, Gur gets to write the ending of Invader Zim.
Gur gets to write it? Is this official?
It can be. Somebody out there, I'm sure, has the power to make it happen. But what do you think that would kind
If
of
Gur
look
wrote the
like?
ending, I don't know if he could even write.
Good point. Good point.
I mean, if you had told him to write something, he'd probably just start to make some hot dogs. If he could focus long enough to write something, it wouldn't make any sense. It would just, one of my favorite things in the comic, because we had a comic series going for a while.
Right.
Gur had this virtual reality setup where he was hanging out with some sentient sentient donut and a sentient hot dog.
That's right.
In this virtual world. And Zim came in and goes, hey, stop playing around, I need your help. And he goes, okay. And he turns around and he says, to these creatures that he created in the virtual reality, he goes, okay, goodbye forever. And they're like, no! And he shuts them down, effectively killing them. So it'd be something like that, probably.
There you go. That sounds pretty fitting to me. I like that.
He's killed so much. Everyone thinks he's so cute. But there's a dark basement.
Oh, snap. There we go. Yeah. Hey, maybe for the next comic book or movie, right? We could go.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
I think I have just the last shot.
Oh,
just
let's
on
hear it.
a piece of paper, it says Gur, G-I-R. And you just see this little Gur paw come in. And you see him take an eraser and just erase the G and put a big S. And then we cut to his face and his eyes red.
Right.
Because now he is a Sir.
Right.
Wow. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I kind of like
And then
that.
goes to black, just fades to black because his eyes go red.
Right.
And then you hear a big
Invader Gur.
Ooh. What do you guys think about that?
It wouldn't be fun anymore.
Right?
Seriously. And then Dib becomes stupid. No, Zim becomes stupid.
Zim becomes stupid?
Yeah.
That's an episode.
He's a flip.
Zim becomes stupid and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So what would you say was, when you recorded the show, did you mentioned, you know, like coming back for the movie, and it was a reunion, you know. Was that a long session? You know, that first session, maybe
No,
longer
but we
than.
got leftover food.
There was a lot
Oh,
of
hey.
food
Yeah,
in
but
these
it was
sessions.
leftover from another recording show.
Yeah.
It's true.
No way.
They grabbed it, just that's what they fed us.
Oh wow.
I remember all that food.
Yeah. And also the end, Gurr has like just like dibs flesh.
We're still, oh, this is back to the ending
Yeah.
again?
Yeah.
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 I'm still on the ending.
Hey, I see the machine going. You know, it's working. It's working. So did you guys ever maybe go a little bit too long? Did they're like, all right, guys, seriously, we gotta.
Did we what?
We go over, like, did we go too long where they had to say, all right, shut up more?
Oh, always, yeah.
Oh, always.
Yeah.
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 I mean, for me, I start off with very low energy and then build up over time. So my sessions always take pretty long because, you know, Jonah will hand me a script and I'm like, all right. And then after a while, I just sort of like build up and then it's like, and then I go.
Wow, you gotta,
Nice.
it's like winding up the
Exactly.
toy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So did you ever get to see? Because you mentioned, you know, sometimes you would get the scripts before, right? Actual recording would happen. Was there anyone that you were like, oh, this is gonna be fun? Like, I can't wait to record, you know, my lines.
All of them. Yes.
All of them, right?
You know, Germs was a really rough show for me because Germs was literally page 1, zip. Ah! Page 2, ah! Page 3, ah! And
Luckily,
that
yeah.
was rough.
Yeah.
Richard, how did you take care of your voice?
I drank 6 bottles of those Arrowhead bottles of water every session.
Yeah.
Water, water,
Bottles
water,
of
water.
whiskey.
6 bottles.
I was gonna say whiskey too, yeah.
That's right. Booze and tobacco. That's how I got through this.
There's the secret to longevity, right?
That's right.
We did an episode a long time ago that had John Delancey in it as Agent Dark Booty, and I didn't get to act with him, but I was in the booth. My line was done, and so he came in and he did his. So I got to watch him act, and then he told a funny story, and then he said hi to me and all that sort of thing, and then he left, and then I didn't see him ever again. And then I was at Trader Joe's in California, and I'm shopping, and he's there, and I'm like, oh, weird. I haven't seen him in like 20 years. There's no way he's gonna remember me. And then I went over to the frozen food section, you know, the where the milk is, and I'm standing there talking to Tabitha, and then he just leans in real close to my ear and goes, "Excuse me, can I get to the milk?" That was it.
That's perfect.
But was he doing Agent Dark Booty?
It was his voice was that sensuous.
Did
Did
you
you say something
Did you
to
say
him?
something?
I didn't say that. I was like, oh,
Did you get
excuse
all-
me.
did you get all
I'm
fanboy?
like, oh, excuse me. And then he got to the milk, but I had no idea if he
didn't
did that
even
on
say
purpose.
anything.
I
so
wish
I
you
would
would
say
yell
something.
right in the middle of Trader Joe's, Dark Booty!
Yes.
They're like, no, sir, that's Pirate's Booty.
Oh, that would have been awesome. So what has been your favorite part about, you know, still talking about these characters, you know, so many years after? I'm sure, you know, meeting the fans is great, but what would you individually single out as just your favorite of this whole process?
Well, I went to Target the other day to buy some soap because I need to be clean. But I go
Try
to
a
this,
little harder, Ricky.
yeah, I go to this very far away Target because it's the only one in my area that doesn't have everything behind a cage. So I shopped and I came out, but I was feeling kind of depressed. It was a very sad day for some reason. I was feeling bad, and it was at night, and I'm pushing my cart through the parking lot, and this car just stops right in front of me, and the driver jumps out. I'm like, whoa, and he goes, "Ricky Simmons, I love you."
Oh my God!
And he was a Gurr fan, and he just recognized me, and he started telling me how much he loves me in the parking lot. and he wanted to hug and everything. I just gave him a shake his hand. I told him thank you. I'm like, okay, I guess someone loves me.
Of course, Ricky's wallet was gone after he left. That's the moral.
Did you have a better day? Would you have a better day?
It was a little bit better, but it was just weird too. I called Savage to tell him. Savage, somebody else loves me.
Turns out it was John Delancey.
Yeah.
And remember, he went all the way home. 3 months later, he went, that was Ricky at the mill.
Dang it.
And he chased you down, he stalked you, and found you at the Target way on the outskirts of town.
I think the coolest thing, and I think maybe makes us feel old too, but I think the coolest thing is meeting the fans who grew up with us, and now we're meeting their kids. I mean,
That's awesome.
That's really awesome. It's really, really awesome. And seeing everyone dressing up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we got some more back there. Nice.
Lots of girls!
Where's the
There's our
girls?
Zims!
There's, yeah.
There's our
There's your Zim right there.
There you go.
There's your girls.
Perfect.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for the spin-off. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
there you go.
That's actually a combination of Gur, Zim, and Ah!
Right? You got it all covered.
Yeah, there you go. Some inside secrets right there. So, what has been your favorite item that somebody has brought you to autograph?
Sim related or anything?
You can do anything. Yeah.
I'm always impressed with people that bring these sculptures they make that are amazing, that they want signed. I like the sculptures that people create. My favorite though is, it's not for me, they brought it to Ricky. They brought Ricky this giant, bloaty paper mache.
Yeah, the head.
Oh my god.
And it was nice, but it reeked. It just,
Yeah, it smelled like glue.
my
Like really
God.
bad glue though. And they gave it to me, and I took it home, and it sat in my
Did you
house.
fly home with it? Like was
No,
it on
because
the seat?
it was the one in LA.
Oh, that's
LA,
good.
so I got to just drive it home. Otherwise, it was sitting out. But
Do you dress it up for Christmas?
well, I had to throw it away. It was rotting.
Yeah.
It started to rot.
He just put it in the seat so he could drive in the carpool lane.
But some people bring me something like really big. Like this one girl brought a ham. It was like a fake ham, but it was she basically took a baseball bat, put it into a planter, filled it with cement, and then painted it to look like a ham.
Oh
Like a
yeah.
ham leg.
The
And she
ham.
had it over her shoulder.
Wow.
She goes, "This is for you." And she goes, I'm like, "How did you bring this here? And why did you think I'd want it?" I couldn't bring it home. I mean, what am I gonna do with it? How am I gonna get it on the plane?
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure TSA would have a field day with that one.
In our early days, people used to ask us to sign body parts, and Ricky and I stopped signing body parts long ago.
Well, I signed like an arm. I'll sign an arm.
He'll sign an arm,
Yeah.
but someone came up to Ricky and said, "Will you sign my arm?" or whatever it was. And Ricky says, I can't do that because if you wind up serial killed, I don't want people to think I signed my work.
Yeah. So I still tell them that. I said, just make sure you don't get serial killed, okay?
I think my most favorite thing is the artwork. There's so many talented artists, and they bring up their art, and sometimes they give it to me, and I have a huge stack. I don't know if you guys do, but my office is just filled with
I do,
everything.
and I don't know if people know this, but Tavisha is the foremost collector of our Invader Zim art. And she
Nice.
collects it, and she catalogs it,
Yes.
and she's getting ready for the Invader Zim Museum.
Oh,
right,
there you go.
Tavisha?
Yeah.
Well, now I
There
know
with
where to bring it
Tavisha,
all.
everyone.
Tabby.
Yes.
That's
It's great when I get Richard's stuff. In my tiny apartment.
There you go. Well, I just want to say to wrap up, thank you for being here. Thank you to the fans for being
Yay,
here with them.
fans!
Big round of applause. And we definitely need to see you more. So hopefully,
Yes.
near future,
Yes.
you know, we'll get something.
We'll try to stay alive long enough.
Thank you.
Next
There you
year.
go. Yes, whiskey and tobacco. Okay.
Whiskey and
Remember.
tobacco. That'll do
That's
it.
exactly.
Longevity.
That's just lunch.
Yeah.
That's my lunch. Every day, whiskey and tobacco.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So thank you
Thank you,
again, guys.
everyone.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
guys.
Stay tuned for the next panel coming up at 3.